Hey everybody, it has been a long time since my last video, and mainly because it's been extremely hot in my neck of the woods, like in the 110 degree area, and that's really hot, especially in this garage with no air unit or anything. So kind of took a little break during this summer season here. But I've just recently picked up this Kreg jig for pocket hole joints and or pocket hole screws, and I really am excited about it. This is the Kreg Jig Jr. or the R3. Got it at Lowe's. It was about $40. And so I thought we'd crack it open and do a quick review. Alright, so I've removed the outer packaging. You know, this is a really solid case. It's small, compact, nice latch. I don't feel this is going to break if you drop it. I think it's really going to protect your product here. It comes with, of course, directions and free newsletter or whatever. Comes with a variable, a lot of different size, nice variants of the Kreg jig screws. They are proprietary. You have to use the special screws with this jig. I don't know of anyone that is using regular screws with it or if it would work. Maybe it will. You could comment and tell me. You have some hole plugs that fills in the pocket hole if you don't want that to show. It comes with a sample of some white ones and a sample of some just plain wood finish ones. And then here's the meat of the product. You got your jig, you got your tension ring here, or the stop ring that will go on your drill bit, the Allen wrench to adjust or tighten that up, and then the bit that will drill the screws in. And then here, of course, is the jig itself. And this little piece here is meant to fit with this face clamp. I think you could probably use any clamp with that, but I'm going to try it out officially with the Kreg face clamp. And so let's get this thing put together. Alright, so I've got two pieces of scrap here, and I'm just going to ideally say I'm going to want to join them kind of like that with the pocket holes going in this direction. So what I have to do is know how thick my wood is. This happens to be 3/4 inch, and on the jig itself, on the bottom there are, I don't know if you can see that on the there, maybe you can see that, it's already preset there, so all I have to do is adjust that to 3/4 on both sides. Alright, and so now with the jig itself, you got these little stops here that are going to hook onto the wood, and wherever you want your jig, wherever you want your pocket hole to be is where you'll line that up. And then you're going to take your face clamp, and what's cool about this is the face clamp, at least the one made by Kreg, is just the perfect size to fit onto this little holder, and then it's more like one unit there. They really should have packaged this with the kit instead of you having to buy it separate, but I'm sure it allowed them to make the jig itself be cheaper, and can't fault them for that. Alright, so I want to line my jig up here wherever I'm wanting it to be, and I have no specific spot since I'm just doing this as a test. Alright, so then I'm just going to clamp that down. Alright, so I've got that in place. The jig is locked on tight. This will be the side that you screw on, and you could do two holes at the same time if you want. Alright, now to set the depth of the drill bit itself. And what's cool about it is right here in the case itself are, let me turn that around there, are the measurements. You can see you got all the major measurements there. So what I will want to do is line this up with the depth that I need, which is 3/4 inch, and then take the Allen wrench that was provided and tighten that thing up, and that will be my depth stop. So then when I'm drilling into the jig, it is going to know to stop when it gets here, and you can't over drill through. And if you look, it's going to stop it like exactly at the right spot that it needs to stop to make your pocket hole. Alright, then you'll use this bit that came with it also to actually drive the screw drill. I have the drill bit that comes with the jig on it, and I have the depth stop in place. So let's see what happens. By the way, the jig also has little air ducts there, vents there for the dust, for all the chips and filings and stuff to escape while you're drilling, which should give you a better cut and be better on your bit. All right, so here we go. All right, I could do 2 holes, but just for this demonstration, I'm just gonna leave it at 1. And now you can really see how all the chips came out of there, which made a much cleaner drill. All right, let's open this guy up and see what our pocket hole looks like. And hey, that's looking all right. And we are going to try to attach it to this board right here, just like that. You know, as I look at this jig, the only thing that I think I would change so far is when you're doing the depth stop. Instead of putting the markings right here, why didn't they just put the markings on the bit itself? Maybe that's hard to manufacture or something, but it seems like that would have been a little easier. But it's still no big deal to adjust for that. Okay, I bought some official Kreg pocket hole screws, and this is supposed to be for this thickness of wood. All right, and I only did one pocket hole, so of course I'm gonna have a little play there. But that's a pretty taut joint, and you know, guess it's doing its job. So there you go, the pocket hole joint, and that would easily be hidden if you were making some kind of cabinet or something like that. So just as a first impression of this Kreg Jig Jr. or R3, you know, I didn't even open up the instructions. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty easy. I like it. I've been looking for something to be able to join wood together in a fast, easy way. I'm not sure, you know, if I like having to buy their specific screws, and I'm not sure if I like the measurement for this being tethered to the case itself. But all in all, it's a pretty good system. I'm not sure if I'll ever buy more of the hole filler things here, but it's an interesting concept also. So I really like the system. I think that the face clamp should have come with it, because it is pretty necessary. I guess you could use any clamp you wanted though, but if you want a complete little system here, it should have come with it. So anyway, I'm going to give this a recommendation because I think it's going to be pretty useful. I'm giving it a thumbs up.